They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time lived in many parts.
1564, 446 years ago.
3 centuries before summoners touch a switch in a room and magically fill it with light.
124 years after Gutenberg created the printing press.
And 72 years after Christopher Columbus sailed west, headed for a brave new world.
1564, 446 years ago.
24 years before Philip II of Spain is to sail the Great Spanish Armada against England.
And meet a resounding defeat.
1564.
The year Galileo is born.
And Michelangelo dies.
And a year in Europe of a scourge known as
The Black Plague.
Ring of roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
Our heavenly parts are so plaguingly sick,
And there are such leprous spots that do stick,
that God in anger fills his mighty hand
with vengeance throwing it upon this land. The Black Plague.
in an instant destroying entire towns and whole villages.
The Black Plague.
That is to wipe out 1/5 and the entire population of England.
The Black Plague.
Divine punishment for sins unnamed.
Judgment delivered from heaven.
It's the witches.
Burn them.
It's the gypsies.
Stone them.
It's the Jews.
Drive them out.
The Black Plague.
In over half the houses of England, at least one member of every single family is stricken and dies.
Ring of roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
1564, 446 years ago.
A time of disease and discovery, of poverty and politics.
Of treason and of treachery. Of royalty and religion.
Of superstition, of ghosts, of witches and witchcraft.
Of pomp and prejudice, of blood and kinship.
1564.
The end of one dark era.
And the beginning of a new one that has forever changed the world.
1564. Elizabeth, daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, is the new young Queen of England.
Elizabeth's reign is the first of many years that does not enjoy massacre, or rebellion, or disaster.
An air of peace after a century of wars.
Queen Elizabeth I. Long live the Queen! Huzzah! Huzzah! Long live the Queen!
And into this time of Queen Elizabeth I, new Queen of England in a new town called Stratford on Avon.
A tiny frail baby is born.
Hear ye, born this 23rd day of April, year of our Lord, 1564, to John and Mary Shakespeare, one son who shall from this day forth be known as William. God save the Queen.
And what is to become the greatest poet and playwright of all times begins his life.
William Shakespeare,
A poet.
A playwright.
a genius.
The one man destined to forever change the world's literature and language.
The Bard, William Shakespeare.
Master William Shakespeare.
Master William Shakespeare, at an early age, attended free school at Stratford. Lessons were taught in Latin, and his 11-hour school day started at 6 a.m. and ended at 5 p.m.
Yuck!
But children customarily learned to read and write from the age of 4. School books were rare, and much of the learning was done by recitation and memorization. The Canterbury Tales of Chaucer, the poetry of Ovid, the plays of Sophocles, Plautus, and Seneca.
Many boys went off to universities at the age of 15, but the Shakespeare family had financial troubles, and 14-year-old William had to leave school to work for his father as an apprentice.
Making gloves!
Leaving school probably didn't bother Master Shakespeare all that much. Later, he even wrote about his days at the Stratford School.
I was a whining schoolboy, with my satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail, unwilling to school. But young William Shakespeare, at an early age, discovered that he had a gift. He had a way with words. He also soon discovered the young ladies of his town. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Ooh.
face with nature's own hand-painted hast thou, the master-mistress of my passion. Love is not love which alters when altercation finds, or bends with remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken.
At age 18, William turned his attention to one Anne Hathaway, 8th year Cecile.
Love is a star to every wandering bark. Love alters not with brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be errand upon me proved, then I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
And they were married that very same year.
Flowers, Hathaway, flowers.
Hold it. Photo op. Thank you.
Apparently William's gifts as a young poet worked well.
Very well. 5 months later, their first child, Susanna, was born.
What?
Followed by the twins, Judith and Hamnet, 2 years later.
Oh my!
Little is known of Shakespeare's last years at Stratford, but what we do know is this. While he was still a young man, he was drawn to London by the theatre.
London, where the Lord Mayor and his council tried in vain to suppress the evils of theatre.
Hear ye, the Lord Mayor of London.
The timing of these immoral plays during our working hours draws our servants, apprentices, and even our artisans away from their work. Thereby this means corrupted and induced to defraud their masters in riotous company. The plague is delivered upon us because of sin, and if you look to it well, one of the causes of sin is the presentation of these immoral plays. Theater causes the plague. Thank you.
Look, a white flag today. A comedy.
Hear ye, the Jew of Malta, the great comedy by Christopher Marlowe, will be performed this very day by that noble actor, Edward Allen. Edward Allen! Shh! The Rose Theatre at 2 o'clock today. Grounding admission is 1 pence.
Comedy? Yes!
It was a time of peace in England. Leisure time and money, for the first time, were plentiful, and there is beginning a great upsurge in national pride.
The new religious freedom under Queen Elizabeth opened intellectual curiosity.
More and more theaters were built.
Theaters named the Red Lion, the Rose, the Swan.
The Theater, the Curtain, the Blackfriars, the Fortune, and the Globe.
Afternoon performances would draw as many as 3,000 spectators.
Nobility, gentry, commoners jostled each other for standing room to see the plays.
There was the noise of nuts being cracked and chewed, fruits and vegetables being sold, quarrels in the audience, and the cries of hawkers vied with the voices of the players.
Audiences became greatly involved with villains and heroes of the play and shouted vigorous comments of disdain or approval during performances.
And not since the golden age of Greece had the timing for such great dramatic literature and audience appreciation been so perfect.
It was the age of Elizabeth.
And William Shakespeare's good fortune was to arrive in London at exactly the right time.
For the next 25 years, under the blessing of both Queen Elizabeth and her successors, King James I, William Shakespeare wrote the greatest dramatic literature the world has ever seen.
At least 37 plays.
Hey! And 154 sonnets.
The greatest plots.
The most remarkable characters.
The most magnificent words
Ever written in the English language.
Thank you. And thank you.
William Shakespeare, known no one could coin a phrase as well as he.
You know, he wrote words and expressions all of us here and use even to this day.
Really? Like what?
Like coin a phrase. Ever heard of that one?
No.
How about Bill Bunking Candle? Bet you heard that before.
How about all that glisters is not gold?
All that glisters? All that glisters is not gold? I've heard of all that glitters is not gold, but not all that glisters. Hey, have any of you people out there ever heard of all that glisters is not gold? Huh? See? Told ya.
How about bated breath? Breathe life into a stone? Cold comfort? Crack of dawn? Give the devil his due?
No.
I bet you've heard the expression elbow room before.
No.
Fair play, fell swoop, a full circle, marriage of minds, laughing stock, of flesh and blood.
No.
How about thou art grim, ugly and slanderous to thy mother's womb, full of unpleasing blots and sightless stains, lame and foolish with eye-offending marks?
You know, I think I have heard that one.
Blinking idiot!
Hey.
William Shakespeare.
Oh.
I thank you for your company, but
You have good leave to leave us.
discharge yourself of our company.
The door is open, sir. There lies your way.
Will this turtle be gone?
Will you shut off?
Fine.
Good riddance.
Bad rubbish.
Let's rephrase this. Shakespeare wrote words and expressions almost all of us here use even to this day.
The following aren't actual scenes from Shakespeare plays, but phrases that we've put together for your enjoyment. See if you recognize any of them.
We're ready for sea!
They were a pair of star-crossed lovers.
Hit it! But down the primrose path.
Hey! Cut that out!
Cut it!
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Oh, flaming youth! She has a spotless reputation.
Sweets to the sweets.
Oh, for that I thank you in my heart of hearts.
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Adieu. Party in his such sweet sorrow.
Be still, my heart.
Adieu.
Such stuff as dreams are made on.
Gilded butterfly.
Oh!
If music be the food of love, play on.
You are the very milk of human kindness.
To thine own self be true.
Your tower
But
strength.
if I had...
Stop!
What?
Too much of a good thing. Oh. See, I told you it was too much.
Ow.
Let's have a hand for our actress.
See if you folks recognize any of these next scenes.
Terrorist sketch, you're up.
Yes!
The first thing we do, let's kill all the yes! In one fell swoop.
Yes!
A pound of flesh.
Yes!
I see it in my mind's eye.
Yes! Lord, what fools these mortals be.
And the evil that men do lives on after them.
Full of wickedness, but worthy of applause.
You know, Shakespeare was the first to coin the word assassination.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Now cut that out.
Sorry.
Crazy man scene. Everybody out. Let's see if you folks recognize any of these sayings. Something wicked this way comes. Has a lean and hungry luck.
Cry havoc, double, toil and trouble, riches.
You smell to heaven. Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion.
Out of my sight, strumpets, witches.
Huh? I'll not budge an inch. Nor I.
The dog will have his day.
You know, perhaps the better part of valor is discretion.
Out, out, out. Damned spot.
You know, Shakespeare's clever words and phrases have lived on for almost 3 centuries and sometimes show amazing insight.
After all, he is the one that defined a politician as the one that would circumvent God.
Politician, well now it's circumvent God. Oh, I get it. Good one.
I'm glad. Now see if you folks recognize any of these phrases.
Yum, this dish is fit for the gods.
He hath eaten me out of the house and home.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? What light through yonder window breaks?
I have an itching palm.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be.
Show a little human kindness.
Mine own flesh and blood.
What's done is done.
Oh, brave new world.
What the dickens?
It's a wild goose chase.
The world's an oyster. There's many a man hath more hair than wit.
To be or not to be, it's Greek to me.
Get thee to a nunnery.
There's something rotten in Denmark.
It's the end-all be-all.
Friends, Romans, and countrymen.
Lend me your ears.
Was the noblest Roman of them all.
Full of pomp and circumstance.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
Out of the question.
The play's the thing.
And all the world's a stage.
We could go on and on.
But we've come a full circle, and brevity is the soul of wit.
Line up for insults.
In each of Shakespeare's plays, he found room for name-calling, for scathing insult and invective that would make his audiences laugh.
And no one can use insults as well and as often as Shakespeare did in his plays.
He always said,
The tip of your tongue shows the back of your mind.
"Thank you."
You're welcome.
We'd like to give you a taste of some of the best of his name-calling.
Oh, I like this part.
Then you may begin.
Thank you. You drone, you drunkard, you snail, you bug, you slug.
You cow, you clog, you Quebec contemptuous callet.
You trash, you turtle, you tedious old fool.
You polecat, you painter old rascal, you puke-soggy piece of valley dust.
You taffeta punk.
You viperous worm. You vile vixen. You various varlet that ever chewed with a tooth.
You acorn, you affectionate ass, you anointed sovereign of sighs and groans.
You mighty mind you boiled-bred baboon, you babbling bear, you breeder of sinners.
You caterpillar, you croaking raven, you cream-faced loon, you small gray-coated foolish gnat. You taffeta punk.
Hey! You already said that one.
I know. I like it. You taffeta punk.
You little boy.
Little boys, nothing. Here's a lily-livered boy, a peevish boy, a wretched boy, a waggerish boy, and listen to this, a great lubberly boy.
You fool!
Fools, there's a 3-inch fool, a moral fool, a mumbling fool, a vain fool, a dull fool, an unfeeling fool, a tedious fool, and a mother of fools.
You coward!
Which kind of coward?
Any kind of coward.
Well, you've got several choices. You've got your notable cowards, your foul-spoken cowards, your trembling cowards, and your true-bred cowards.
You flattering rascal, you fat rogue, you fat-brained follower, you foul fiend of Fluidity Gibbet.
Ow, fiend of Fluidity Gibbet?
Yep, King Lear, Act 4, Scene 2.
You dog!
Hold it, dogs. Let's see. You've got your common dogs, your cowardly dogs, your mangy dogs, and your unmannered dogs.
You filthy traitor, you filthy piece of work, you filthy rogue, you foul blood, you foul swine, you foul and digested lump of tainted flesh!
Ooh, good one.
Thank you.
You gracious, gravel-hearted, giddy, glass-gazing, giant dwarf.
You hideous object, you high-minded strumpet, you hollow-hearted hellhound.
You hag.
Got lots of hags. Gross hags, filthy hags, hateful withered hags, and hags from hell.
You infected-minded idiot, you illiterate loiterer, you idol of idiot worshippers.
How about knaves? You got any knaves?
Yep, we got your naughty knaves, beastly knaves, foul-mouthed knaves, and your base-proud, shallow-beggarly, 3-suited, 100-pound, filthy-worsted stocking knaves.
Say that one again.
Base-proud, shallow-beggarly, 3-suited, 100-pound, filthy-worsted stocking knave.
You nut, you egg, you mouse, you louse.
You loathsome leper. You lily-livered lord of folded arms.
You monster!
Monsters, sallow monsters, pallid monsters, drunken monsters, great-sized monsters of ingratitude.
You money-mind rascal, you most malicious foe, you misbegotten devil, you mad pie, you mad mustachioed purple, you mobworm.
Ooh, good one. Wish I had that.
It's all yours.
You mad mustachio, purple-hued maltworm.
You pint pot, you puppet, you plague sore, you pernicious bloodsucker of sleeping men.
You impudent strumpet, you traitorous rout, you thick-skinned toothpicker, you toadstool.
You villain.
Villain.
Villains. Oh, these plays had lots of villains. Horrible ones, senseless ones, insolent ones, villains that are two-faced, smiling, damned, unnatural, detested, barbarous, beastly, and remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villains.
Villains.
You small, scurvy, cogging companion.
You sanctimonious pirate.
You stuffed bag of guts.
You simpering dame.
You silly dwarf.
You rotten thing. You rat catcher.
You scab.
You toad! You sot! I don't think we should call the audience drunkards.
It was Shakespeare, not me.
You sot! William Shakespeare was born April 23rd, 1564 in Stratford-on-Avon.
And died April 23rd, 1616 on his birthday 52 years later.
His work included at least 37 plays.
Some of the greatest literature the world has ever seen.
Comedies like The Tempest.
Two Gentlemen of Verona.
The Merry Wives of Windsor.
Measure for Measure.
The Comedy of Errors.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Love Labor's Lost.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
The Merchant of Venice.
As You Like It.
The Taming of the Shrew.
All's Well That Ends Well.
Twelfth Night.
History plays like King John.
Richard II.
Henry IV, parts 1 and 2. Henry V.
Richard III.
Tragedies like Coriolanus.
Romeo and Juliet.
Julius Caesar.
Macbeth.
Hamlet.
King Lear.
Anthony and Cleopatra.
Othello. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.
William Shakespeare, the man.
The poet.
The playwright.
Perhaps Ben Jonson said it best in his epitaph to his friend.
Stole the beads, the applause, the delight, the wonder of our stage. Thou art a monument without a tomb. Still lo, thy book doth live, and we have wits to read and praises to give. He was not of an age, but for all time.
Shut